I'm about to deliver this verse like poetry. You can only understand me using the summary. You can only calculate my geometry if you understand my anatomy. You can only calculate my summary, if you know the geography. My speciality is just doing the poetry verse right now. You better hurry before I steal your groceries, 'cause supposedly I took a selfie. I don't pity. I don't pity. I only have enemies, 'cause I don't pity. I only use my enemies. I act like a bee when I'm talking to my enemies. I stab them in the neck. I stab them wherever. Cause itchy, cause rush. I cause whatever I feel like doing at the moment. 'Cause I'm about to deliver this verse like poetry. If you're not my friend, you're my enemy. If you're my enemy, you don't understand the summary. If you don't understand the summary, you don't know my speciality. If you don't know my speciality, I'll supposedly take a picture using a selfie and hurry up to the grocery store, sell you back to the laboratory, 'cause I don't pity, 'cause my family's anatomy will forever be in me. You can only understand me if you understand the summary, which is in my anatomy, which is a part of my family, which my family's anatomy is inside of me, so you won't understand it. 'Cause whenever I pull up to my enemies, they always start fleeing away like bees. I supposedly took your knee for pity, sold it to the laboratory, had to make me a version to help me understand the summary of you, so that way you can understand my summary, 'cause I'm the enemy of my own victory. The victory is only caused by me, 'cause me is my anatomy. My anatomy is my family. My family is my anatomy. You don't understand as long as I supposedly gave you pity. 'Cause I don't understand this. I don't understand you. I don't understand me. I don't understand anybody or anything. Anybody left? Is there anybody left that still pities? Is there anybody left that will flee when they see a bee? Is there anybody left that flee when they see a flea? Is there anybody left that supposedly took a selfie? Is there anybody left that works at the laboratory? Is there anybody left that hurries up to their family? Is there anybody left that understands the geometry? Is there anybody left that understands the summary of the poetry that I'm writing right now? 'Cause I'm freestyling this all. 'Cause my speciality is using my supposedly selfies to make my album covers. My album covers are trash. Yeah, I know that. Handmade. Just take a picture or whatever I feel like at the moment, turn it to that album cover, make it at least somewhat mixed with the theme, or just put a random picture, put some words on it, and call it a day. 'Cause today is the day. Today is May Day. I'll attack you like we're on D-Day. I'll go midway through. I'll attack you like we're at Midway. Then I'll attack you like we're at D-Day. Then I'll attack you like we're all over the day. 'Cause my geometry is so strong. Because in order to understand my geometry, you have to understand the summary. To understand the symmetry, you have to understand the symmetry. To understand the symmetry, you have to understand the poetry. To understand the poetry, you have to understand me. To understand me, you have to understand my family. To understand my family, you have to understand my anatomy. And to understand my anatomy, there is no way to understand my anatomy, because my speciality is too strong for you guys to even leave me. My family's anatomy is too strong for them to ever leave me. Wait, I've already said that like 10 times before. I've said that like 100 times before. I'm just spitting out this verse as it goes, freestyling every word that I go. I don't understand anything anymore, cause is there anybody left? Is there anybody left? Is there anybody left for me to talk to? Is there anybody left for me to pity? Is there anybody left that still pities? Is there anybody left in my family? Is there anybody left in my anatomy? Is there anybody left that flees when they see a bee? Is there anybody left that flees when they see a flea? 'Cause you will be in the pity pit once I supposedly steal your grocery. Once I supposedly, you're my enemy. I should say supposedly that you're my enemy, because you don't understand the poetry. In order to understand the poetry, you have to understand the geometry. To understand the geometry, you have to understand my geography. To understand my geography, you have to understand my geometry. To understand my understand my geometry, you have to understand my summary. To understand my summary, you have to understand me. To understand me, you have to understand my family. To understand my family, you have to understand me. To understand my family, you have to understand my anatomy. And nobody can understand my anatomy because it's inside of my family, and my family is a part of me. And when there's me, there's always an enemy. When there's an enemy, there's always poetry. When there's an enemy, there's always a summary. And when there's an enemy, there's always geography. When there's an enemy, there's always geometry. When there's enemy, there's always geography. Because my speciality is no longer giving pity. My speciality doesn't give pity. Because supposedly I don't give pity. Supposedly you don't give pity. Because I'll sell your need to the laboratory. I'll sell it all to the laboratory, just so that way you can understand me. I'll sell it all to the laboratory, just so that way you can understand me. I'll sell you to the laboratory so you can understand my poetry, and so that way you can understand my poetry, which you need to understand my summary, which you need to understand my geography, which you need to understand my geometry, which you need to understand me, which you need to understand my family, which you need to understand my anatomy, because I don't give pity. Once I steal your knee, I'll sell it to the laboratory, so that way you can finally understand me. You better before I run up to the grocery store and supposedly take a selfie of you. Then I run off and sell it to the laboratory so that way you can understand me, so I can understand you. Because everybody here is my enemy.